Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to show you how to make one of these boom boxes that are becoming super viral. So this thing is Bluetooth. It's powered by an M18 battery. It's got a low voltage cutoff for battery protection. It's got actually has an auxiliary input as well, and it really hammers. It is loud for what it is, and the bass is really good. So yeah, why don't I take you guys through the process of building this. You can do this for about $100 in parts or less, plus a 6x9, and I think you're going to really enjoy this one. So this would make a great gift for a friend. It's a perfect thing to bring around. It's actually fairly watertight too, so you might be able to use it kind of anywhere you want in the rain, and if you damage your cheap 6x9, who cares? So check it out guys, let's go. So they use kind of like a hard plastic case. I'm going to be using a 6x9. We're going to power it with an M18 battery, and you use this little Bluetooth amplifier. So this guy is like a Z1002T, and what's really cool about this is essentially all it needs is power. You hook your speaker up to it and your Bluetooth will just magically work with it, which is very cool. So you pair it to your phone, and then you can imagine you've just got kind of this one unit, and this is just going to be like a boombox. So I have just tested the 6x9 off of this. It's pretty loud, and honestly the reason why I really want this, other than the fact that it's cool to build, is just for these cars. Like, this thing has got no stereo anymore. It's got no nothing. So the idea is I could just bring this thing in the car if I want to go drive somewhere. It's not going to be the craziest sound quality, but it should work pretty good. So I guess we will probably start by mounting the 6x9, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so as you can see, a 6x9 has a very weird mounting shape. Thankfully, this guy came with the outer speaker grill, and I verified that oval size is actually the correct size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace it out onto cardboard. We'll cut it out with scissors, and then we can transfer it onto the front panel of our speaker box. Okay, here's our cardboard template, and you will see that fits very nicely on the speaker. I remember doing this as a kid, and it was always a nightmare to get this hole right. So I'm hoping I've got more skills as I've gotten older and that this works out, but let's try it. All right, so I've marked the center of the box, and I have also marked the center line on the speaker template. Just gotta line these guys up and eyeball everything in, make sure I'm happy with how the speaker is gonna sit, and then what we'll do is we will trace this with a paint pen and start cutting. All right, self-explanatory, but you can see I just taped the template on here because it's somewhat flimsy. So you can get a pen and just start carefully tracing around. And there we have it. There is our cutout dimension. So if you look inside of this guy, you'll see it's got some foam and stuff. We will take all the foam out, which is much easier to do with two hands. And we are going to start cutting. All right, we have got a jigsaw. We've got a hole, and then we'll essentially obviously follow this template around with the jigsaw. If you remember, we marked this up against the cardboard, so the outside of this line is the proper dimension. We don't want to be on the inside. And that is the finished cutout. I will use this deburr tool to take all the plastic burrs off, and then we can test fit our speaker. Obviously these little raised sections are going to be trouble, so once we test fit the speaker, we're going to have to trace out around and then maybe grind those guys off flush. All right, we got it all deburred. Yeah, the speaker fits in there perfectly. So you can see there are these little raised edges here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark all of these, and I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to sand those down flat. There is a 3D printed, like I could make a 3D printed little spacer, but I think I'm just going to sand these down flat, and then we'll just seal this. We just want this really sealed up. Obviously some of you are already thinking, let's use a waterproof speaker. I mean, I'm just kind of going to use this in my cars and indoors, but you could absolutely put a waterproof speaker in here and just really seal this up tight. All right, so I'll just use my die grinder with a flappy wheel. What I did is I went and I scribed little marks all around, and then you can pretty much use this guy and you can just erase those plastic tabs. So I'm gonna go around and do that all around now. Alrighty, we have got all the tabs ground down. It sits in here pretty flush now. So I think we will permanently mount this speaker, and then we will go to the inside. All right, next up we are going to be mounting our power supply, which is just going to be an M18 battery. I've got a few of these things. Everybody's kind of got them, so I figured, you know what, might as well use the M18 here. I don't know if it's going to provide the most power, how long it's going to last, or anything about it. But you can see this guy has a fuse in it. There's power and a ground. So this is going to be 18 volts DC. There is one thing that I also need to get here, which is going to be I think it's called a low voltage protector, current, or low voltage controller or something like that. Pretty much it will shut this thing off when this battery gets down on voltage. I don't know the exact number. From what Google AI tells me, it's like 15 volts. So that will go in here eventually as well. We will put the amplifier over here somewhere, and then really it's just a matter of getting a little plug into there, soldering it on to our power pack, and essentially putting the battery in, and it should work. All right, so the amplifier comes with these little panels and some absolutely teeny tiny screws. So we will assemble this and we'll figure out how to mount it. All right, so we have got the amplifier assembled. It's just some little standoffs that go in there and connect the two plates. So I've got some of this really strong double-sided tape. This is used for like putting moldings on cars. So for now, that's what I'm gonna start with and just keep it in here. I'd rather have less holes in this box if possible, just to keep everything sealed up. So we'll try the double-sided tape, and I think then we can go ahead and actually wire up the speaker. All right, so we have got our speaker wired up. There's a positive and a negative on the speaker. And wow, let me get some. There we go. Back panel shows you how to wire the speaker, the positive and the negative. I just used one channel. I picked the left. I had to take a look into this thing and see if you can bridge it. From Google, it doesn't look like I can. So we're only going to be using one of the channels, but hopefully it still sounds good. I do need to get some better connectors. The spades I have on here aren't super good, but they should be good enough for now. Alrighty, so we have this guy, our low voltage cutoff. And what this is designed to do is when the battery drops below a certain amount of voltage, it shuts, essentially shuts off. It allows you to not damage your battery. We also have this guy, which is a little DC power connector. So you can see in the box here, I've put a few studs. So the low voltage, or the low voltage cutoff will mount essentially there. And then our power wire just plugs into the port down there on the board. So I'll get that stuff mounted up and show you guys what it looks like. Alrighty, the low voltage cutoff is installed. So we have an input side over here where the polarity matters. So that's where these guys will go. And then we have an output side on the other side. That's where our DC plug that goes into the amplifier will go. So I will get that wired up and we'll go from there. Alrighty, we've got everything wired up. So you'll see the battery feeds the input side. The DC jack comes out on the output side. And now it's just a matter of plugging in the battery and following the directions and figuring out how to set this thing up. So based on the numbers I've found, what I'm going to use for this one is a low voltage cutoff at 15 volts. So I will set that up, and then I think we're actually ready to put a battery in and try this thing out. Alrighty, so this thing was actually very easy to set up. It comes with an instruction manual, but pretty much you switch a switch, select it to discharge mode, switch it again, select your voltage. It's very easy. So you can see obviously we have our volume on, our volume off, but this thing works pretty good. this thing works pretty good. So why don't I show you guys? All right, so this thing connects to Bluetooth essentially instantly, and it is very loud. I'm actually super impressed with this thing. It's way better on the M18 battery than it was on the adapter. So I can't really show you any music, but I'll get copyright claim. But here's a video of Brad's car on a 490 pass. So hopefully that kind of shows you guys how loud it is. It actually is super good. I can't actually believe how good it is for what it is. So kind of convinced one of my buddies, I'm like, hey, if this one works good, then let's buy a really good set of 6x9s and we'll swap them in. So I'm definitely going to proceed with that because this is actually super loud, and I can't believe how good the Bluetooth connects. I mean, all in all, you can see it's not super heavy. It's definitely not light. You know, we got a couple screw holes on the bottom. If we wanted to make this thing really, really waterproof, I could probably just silicone over those. But I'm not really planning on getting this thing, like, taking it underwater or something. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I actually really had a lot of fun with it. I was gonna put some foam and stuff back in. I'm just thinking these boards probably get hot, and I don't really know if it's worth the added sound benefit for yeah, having everything cooking. So obviously when you're done, you can just turn your power off. You can see that low voltage cutout is still kind of chilling and on. So I'd recommend that you just take the battery pack out when you're done. I'm super paranoid like that. I always take battery packs out. But yeah, I'd probably take that thing out when you're done. And yeah, I mean, I think that pretty much sums it up. This is a super cool project. This would make an awesome gift. I hope I gave you guys enough detail in this video on how to actually build one of these. In the future, I will probably take the speaker out, silicone in behind it. I just kind of wanted to make sure everything worked and it sounded good before I went through all of the time. Maybe we'll put some decals or something on it. We'll definitely get a gnarlier speaker in there. But yeah, guys, as always, thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one.